Merry Christmas to you. It's that time of year when people are willing to hear that message of a merry, good Christmas. That we might have more peace and joy in this world becomes a point of agreement for so many of us. Maybe that's why we add services, and on Christmas Eve we gather together, no matter what day of the week it is, to share the message of Christ, light candles together, and share the good news of Jesus Christ. People are willing to come and to hear that message at Christmas time in ways they might never hear it at any other time of the year. And it's our hope that not only will you come and be a part of that as we gather together and share one another's families and share a Christmas greeting with each other. Those services will be 3, 5, and 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve. 5 o'clock, the middle time, is always the most crowded. So in an effort to try to help with the social distancing, we've added one before and one after 3 and 7, as well as 5. So make your choice, but be certain that you come. And come expecting people dressed in all kinds of ways and in all kinds of attitudes and understandings of what Christmas is about. If you're a long-term Christian and used to certain things being done in certain ways, don't let that bother you, because that's the way that God came to us. The Bible says in the book of Galatians that when the fullness of time came, God sent forth His Son, born of a woman, born under the law, in order that He might redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons. God loved us so much that He gave His own Son to redeem us. The word means to provide the purchase price, to exchange. And for you and for me, that's exchanging a death sentence, which is what we deserve for sin, separation from God eternally, in Jesus Christ, as He overcomes death itself, and pays the price on the cross. We are a part of the family of God, sons of God, because of what He has done for us. That's what we celebrate at Christmas, and people of all kinds of backgrounds and knowledge not only appreciate it, they're drawn to it. And you and I have an opportunity to talk about it. But be careful, because God will give you an opportunity completely unaware. Just a little while ago, I was in a local establishment and was just running an errand there, trying to find something out. And as I stood at the counter, someone who was also there, that was sitting nearby and waiting, talking with the guy behind the counter before I came in, that he was waiting on his particular situation to be solved. He began talking to me, whether I wanted him to or not. He probably was either wearing something that needed washing or he himself needed washing. He was a little bit different, a little bit off in terms of conversation, but he was following me around the shop and was following me in conversation and was engaging me about Christmas and about Jesus, about his own involvement with Christ. And I find myself a few minutes later, after having walked away from him, trying to share myself somewhat, trying to realize why it was that I wanted to place some distance between him and me, why it was that I wanted to get my business done and go on with my life rather than engage with him about the subject of the good news of Jesus Christ. When God was so willing to love me in spite of who I am. When I think about the difference between the way God's life is in heaven and the dirt, the sin, the shame, the ugliness of sending His Son to live among us in a feed trough, among people who in many cases never even recognized God, it makes me sit back and remind myself that God's going to give me opportunity to share this life and this love that He's placed in me and given me an opportunity to know about. But my prayer is that the next opportunity I get, I'll handle a little bit better than the one I did today. And then I'll get to point that person a little bit more effectively toward the God who gave Himself at just the right time in Jesus Christ, so that He won't be trying to meet my standards of cleanliness, but that he would receive, if he hasn't already, the redemption, the cleansing, the renewal that's available in Jesus Christ. Because that's the true, lasting joy and peace of Christmas. Come and celebrate with us on Christmas Eve. I promise to do a better job of getting the message across then. But it's my joy to say that God has accepted and loved us all just as we are. And at Christmas reminds us especially.